Anna pressed her palm against the observation window of Research Base 7, her breath fogging the reinforced polymer as she watched the creatures below. They weren't supposed to be doing that. "Lewis, you need to see this," she said, her voice tight. The xenobiologist looked up from his data tablet, irritation flickering across his face. "Anna, I've told you, they're just apex predators from Kepler 442b. Dangerous, yes, but predictable. We've had them contained for 3 months without incident. They're solving puzzles." That got his attention. Lewis crossed the observation deck in 4 long strides, his boots echoing against the metal grating. Below them, in the containment habitat designed to mimic Kepler 442b's Crimson Plains, 3 juvenile specimens, cubs as Anna insisted on calling them, were arranged in a perfect equilateral triangle around a food dispenser. The dispenser required simultaneous pressure on 3 panels to activate, a safeguard the research team had installed just yesterday. The cubs pressed down in unison. Nutrient paste extruded from the central nozzle. "That's..." Lewis trailed off, his throat suddenly dry. "That's coordinated problem solving. Strategic thinking. They figured it out in 6 hours, Anna said. It took our primate subjects on Earth 3 weeks to learn similar cooperative tasks." The cubs, each roughly the size of a wolf, covered in iridescent scales that shifted between violet and amber, turned their heads simultaneously toward the observation window. 6 eyes, arranged in horizontal pairs across their wedge-shaped skulls, fixed on Anna and Lewis with unnerving precision. Point one of them raised its forelimb and traced a pattern in the air. A circle, then a triangle, then a square. "Jesus Christ," Lewis whispered. "Are they mimicking geometric shapes?" "They're showing us what they learned," Anna replied. "And they only do it when I'm here. Never during automated recording sessions. Never when Commander Reeves observes them. Only me." Lewis pulled up the containment logs on his tablet, scrolling through terabytes of behavioral data. Anna was right. Every instance of advanced problem solving, every display of mathematical understanding, occurred during her observation shifts. The rest of the time, the cubs behaved like any other moderately intelligent predator, hunting the servo mice released for enrichment, establishing dominance hierarchies, sleeping. "Why you?" he asked. Anna's expression grew distant. 3 weeks ago, I fell during habitat maintenance. Twisted my ankle. I was alone in the airlock when one of them approached the barrier. Instead of displaying aggression, it mirrored my limp. Walked in circles the same way I was hobbling. I thought it was coincidence. Empathy, Lewis said slowly. They recognized you were injured. More than that, they've been watching me, learning from me. Anna pulled out her own tablet, calling up footage she'd recorded surreptitiously. "Look." The video showed Anna during her break, sitting in the observation bay, idly solving a Rubik's Cube while monitoring the cubs. In the habitat below, one of the cubs arranged colored stones into matching patterns, rotating them in sequence. "They're not just intelligent," Lewis said, his voice barely above a whisper. "They're mimicking learned behaviors across a species barrier. Do you understand what this means? This is theory of mind. This is cultural transmission." A klaxon shattered the moment. Red emergency lights bathed the observation deck as Commander Reeves' voice crackled through the intercom. "All personnel to command. We have a situation." The command center was chaos. Holographic displays showed multiple containment breaches across the station. Not breaches from the outside, breaches from the inside. "Explain," Commander Reeves demanded, his gray eyes fixed on Lewis and Anna. "The adult specimens," Lewis said, his mind racing through the implications. "They've been watching us through the surveillance feeds. They learned to manipulate the containment systems." "That's impossible," Reeves snapped. "Those systems require biometric authentication, quantum encrypted access codes." "They watched us," Anna interrupted. "Every guard rotation, every maintenance cycle, every emergency drill. They've been observing human behavior for 3 months, and they learned." On the displays, adult specimens from Kepler 442b, each the size of a small vehicle, moved through corridors with purpose. They avoided weapons fire with predictive efficiency, herded security teams into specific zones, and disabled automated defense systems by targeting their optical sensors. "They're not attacking," Lewis observed. "They're navigating toward something specific." Anna's blood ran cold. "Research Base 7. The cubs." She was running before anyone could stop her, Lewis close behind. The station's corridors blurred past as emergency bulkheads slammed shut behind them, sealing off compromised sections. They reached Research Base 7 to find the habitat doors cycling open, but there was no violence. No chaos. The adult specimen stood at the habitat entrance, waiting. Inside, the three cubs approached cautiously. Then Anna understood. This was a rescue operation. A family reunification. The largest adult turned its head toward Anna. In a gesture that seemed impossible for its anatomy, it inclined its head forward. A bow of acknowledgement. One of the cubs approached Anna directly, stopping just beyond arm's reach. It traced shapes in the air again. Circle, triangle, square. Then it added a new shape, a human hand, fingers splayed in greeting. "They're thanking you," Lewis breathed. Anna slowly raised her hand, matching the gesture. "I didn't teach them tricks," she said quietly. "They taught themselves. By watching, by understanding, by becoming." The specimens departed through the compromised airlock, disappearing into the station's docking bay where an emergency shuttle had been commandeered. Within minutes, they were gone, launching into the void with navigational precision that suggested they'd been planning this for weeks. Commander Reeves arrived to find Anna and Lewis alone in the empty habitat. "Who taught them?" he demanded. Anna looked at the geometric patterns the cubs had traced in the sand, a final message left behind. "We did, Commander, just by being human."